Hi guys, Alleena, welcome back to my channel. Today we are finally reviewing the Carnival palette by Stacey Marie and of course Bperfect Cosmetics. I never actually realized it was Bperfect. I always said Bperfect. Like, really? Like, anyway. If I'm honest, I don't really know who Stacey Marie is, so I quickly looked up her on Instagram and honestly, she's incredible and talented, wow. But the real reason I know about this palette is because you literally see it everywhere. Mitchell, Jeffree Star, you know, you've probably seen it all over Instagram as well. Just everyone raves and goes on about this, and the pigment looks amazing, the colors, wow, honestly. That's incredible, and every colour in here I'm frothing on. And you even get a highlighter, so like, what? And also an amazing mirror, which I'm not going to show you because I'm scared it's going to like reflect on what's down here, which is just disgusting track pants and bed socks. The mirror is actually really nice and clear, and I would definitely use that, you know, if I'm ever going to use this palette when I travel. Just reading from the back, this has 17 vibrant matte shades, 7 high pigment shimmers, and 2 highlighters / shimmers, which is so incredible. Before we get started, I do want you to know that I did pay for this with my own money. I got it on Beauty Bay, and I think it was $70 to $80 Australian. I think that was including shipping. I've never paid that much for an eyeshadow palette, and I wouldn't, but just because the hype around this, I really got drawn in, and I don't usually, but I mean, everyone seems to really like it, and the people that love it are makeup artists, which makes me even more confident that I'm going to like it. Guys, I'm so excited to try this out. I think this is such a cool palette. Obviously I haven't tested it yet, but just from packaging and seeing it, incredible. I will say though, when I got this in the mail, I honestly almost screamed because I thought that it had burst on its way here. It's really cool. It's like splatters of all these colors, but I did think that the pigments had crushed, and I almost cried. And when I opened it, I was so glad to see this. Before we get in this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn on that notification bell. I'm just going to go prime my eyelids ready to apply the eyeshadow. I just use the Tarte Shape Tape as always, and then I set it very lightly with the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Alright guys, the base of the eyeshadow is done. I know I look like an absolute clown right now, but you gotta do what you gotta do. This is the hardest part, like trying to find out what you're gonna do, because I'll train. Should we do some swatches first? Yes, we should. I think I'm just gonna swatch a few of the brighter colors just because everyone wants to know what they look like. And then I think I'm gonna swatch the highlighters as well. I don't wanna ruin this, but let's swatch Funky. They feel good. Pigment is there. It is a little powdery. And let's just take it down my hand. Like, the pigment's there, but I just thought it would be a little bit brighter, if you know what I mean. Let's swatch Lit, which is this amazing orange on the finger right there. And I'll go beside pink. This is so strange. I really thought that'd be brighter than this, guys. In the palette, that looks absolutely fluorescent. Same with the pink. Can you see? All right, let's swatch Sky. Really pretty, by the way. Next to the orange. Whoa. That went down my shirt. These are my pajamas anyway. Very blue, but still would have probably thought that would be a lot brighter. It's kind of scaring me. All right, one more of the bright ones. Let's go Keen. Keen as Bean. Very bright. Okay, gosh, man, you know what? I would have thought they would be a lot brighter and a lot more fluorescent and definitely not as powdery. But as I said, everyone loves this. They say it's amazing and pigmented on the eye, so let's not get too upset there. Now let's swatch some of the highlighters. This is Sinner. Feels really nice and looks really nice on the finger. Let's go next to the pink. That's beautiful. I think I'll definitely wear this today. And Saint. I know I'm using the same finger, but I am rubbing off the excess for these highlighters. That's amazing too. Yeah. Alright, so they're the swatches. They're pretty good. A little bit disappointed, but as I said, it's going to be a completely different story to how it's going to look on the eye. So let's just get into that right now. Alright, I think I'm going to do like a green kind of look. I'm going to go in the shade Mint. Guys, if anything looks different, I just had to go and open the door for BJ because he forgot his keys once again. This is just the, wow, it doesn't even have a name. I think it's the Alleena Cosmetics brush, and it's just got that mint green pigment on it, which I just showed you before that I'm going to do. And I'm just going to tap that, log right on the outer corner. If you hear anything in the background, it's literally BJ screaming on Fortnite. So over it. Who's with me? Because I'm using a really defined small brush, I just really want to focus that in the outer corner and the crease. I just want to run it right through. Now I'm just going to go back and forth as I go towards the inner corner. I am missing that middle section on purpose, so don't worry about that. Okay, I'm just going to turn my brush on the side and just circular motions, blend it through. There's literally no fallout whatsoever, and don't worry about how I'm dragging it under there. I'm going to clean it up with a makeup wipe in a second so we get that really nice cut look. Alright, so I think we're finished with the mint shade. Obviously I'm doing the other eye off camera just so you're not sitting here bored, but I think I'm going to go a little bit darker right in that crease area, and then I'm going to kind of add a little bit of yellow just so I can like lighten up the outer edges. What do you think? I think so. Alright, taking a Chi Chi Crease 113 brush. It's just kind of a domed, fluffy brush. I'm going to dip into Keen, which is that beautiful yellow shade we used. It's very pigmented on the brush. And I'm just going to very lightly circulate that pigment over that outer edge, just so we're diffusing into like a really light green edge. But kind of a fade into a light yellow as well. I'm just going to drag it kind of across just so we're hitting that border, and then I'm going to circulate the brush too. Just see how I'm kind of circulating the brush? It's very messy how I'm just doing it, but I just want to get that really blown out effect rather than, you know, having a really dark color close to the brow line. Just want to blow it out. I tell you what, those colors blended together make such a beautiful, vibrant green. The mint on its own was beautiful, honestly, but I really love how these are mixing together. It just shows that these, you know, pigments are able to be blended together easily, because some eyeshadow palettes, you know, that how weird it gets sometimes when you try to mix it, and then you can actually see, you know, where one started, where one finished. Don't like that, and this is definitely not doing that, so super happy about that. All right, I'm loving that. I'm just going to go back in with that first brush we used and that mint shade. I'm going to add quite a bit of this and just run that through the crease again. I want to bring some of that green back and then slowly fade into that yellow green on the outside. It's always going to look a little funny, obviously, because I haven't done that middle part. I used to go ahead and fill it in, but there's really no point if I'm going to do like a cut crease or something like that. Okay, now I'm taking a ZOEVA 223 Petite Eye blender. That was rubbed off. I'm going to take this Envy green right here. I'm going to pick up quite a bit of that, and I'm just going to drop that in the outer corner. Just kind of like tapping it in. We will blend this away, but almost like we're going to trace that outer corner and then through the crease too. Just kind of blotting it there, and we're going to blend that in a second too. Alright, obviously it's going to look like a very rough job, and that's fine. We're going to dip back into mint with that first Kalaya brush. Really tap off that excess, and we're going to just blend that out. Just right on top of that dark Envy green that we just laid down with that pencil brush, and just blend that out with the mint. Definitely will say that these blend out beautifully. I was really scared. Obviously I've applied a few shades here, one on top of the other, and they are blending just so nicely. There's really no start-stop line, and you know, dark colors are laying really nicely over the top of lighter colors, and they're able to be blended away. So that's a massive plus. And you can't see like any of that staining. You know, when you lay a really dark color down, you can already see when you try to blend it where that mark has been made. No, none of that. So you can see the blended side of my eye, and then the one where I've just laid down with that pencil brush, how much nicer it looks when it's blended. So definitely doable. And then very lightly again with that Chi Chi brush, just taking the smallest bit of Keen, the yellow pigment. Oh, I'm always so scared. It's very pigmented, and just gonna take it, not so much on the outside, but kind of that, just that little bit between the crease and the outside, and we're just gonna lightly buff through, just so we're getting that little bit more of a diffused edge. So impressed by this, guys. Honestly, that's really, really nice, and it's just such a nice blown out, beautifully blended. I mean, I'm not trying to put tickets on myself or anything, but just these pigments are so easy to blend. I'm just going to quickly do a cut crease, and I'm thinking I'm going to apply Keen into that cut crease because I just want that pop of color. So let's just skip ahead to me with the cut creases, and then obviously I'm going to apply the pigment and show you guys. Okay. Alright guys, the creases have been cut. I'm just going to go in with that same brush we did before, back into Mint, and we're going to go and tap over that edge of where we've laid down that concealer for the cut crease, and we're going to slowly blend into it. Now this is going to be really good to see how these pigments perform on top of another layer of concealer, and so far perfect, amazing. Couldn't ask for a better blend on top of that concealer. Looks really nice. And then just super, super lightly, we're going to take Keen back on that Chi brush, as I said, super lightly, and we're just going to just tap it right through that area there, just so we're not losing any of that yellow. And yeah, beautiful. This is the part that I'm still umming and ahhing about. I've just got my BYS concealer brush. This is just a little brush I use to cut the crease. Such a cheap brush. BYS is in Kmart, I'm pretty sure. And I think I'm going to take Keen. We're just going to do it. We're going to go into Keen, which is this yellow shade here we've been using a lot of the pigment. And we're going to press it down. Let's see how she goes. Not super pigmented, but we will try with the finger because I often take pigments with my finger, especially when applying on wet concealer. It does build up nicely though. You can see it getting a little brighter. All right, we're just going to go in with the finger. I'm going to take quite a lot. See, why does the finger work so much better? It's just super annoying though because I can't get right up to that concealer line, so I'm going to have to use that concealer brush again. Honestly, this is some serious iguana vibes slash peacock slash fish. We're going to go back in with Mint and that little Kalaya brush, and we're just going to tap a little bit more into that yellow, and you're going to get that beautiful fade with that mix of Mint and what's it called? Keen. Alright, we're going to take that Chi brush and we're just going to tap the smallest bit into Envy, and we're just going to circulate Envy towards the lash line and then also into the outer V and through just a little bit. Just to deepen that up, just the littlest bit. Alright, I was gonna add the wing liner, but then I'm like, no, you know what, I don't want to take too much attention away from these beautiful, amazing colors. I'm gonna apply lashes, and then I'm gonna be right back to show you the highlighters and how they perform, and then also the under eye eyeshadow, just in case something goes wrong and you're like, what the hell, when you come back and you see me. Okay, so I'm gonna skip forward to that right now. Alright guys, I know I'm looking very crazy right now, but this is the process, and we're about to start the under eye eyeshadow. Also, these lashes, if you're wondering, are Holy Grail in Luxe. Amazing big lashes. They're an Australian lash brand. Go and support them. Go and check them out. They're online. Pretty affordable pricing, and yeah, nice lashes. I'm just going to take that Zoeva Petite Eye Blender brush, like that little pencil brush we use at the start, and I'm going to take that in Envy, which is that green one we used. And I'm just going to take that right up on the lash line and just kind of drag it and pack it like that. Obviously, we're going to blend him out. I just like it to be super, super pigmented right up on the lash line. I'm just going to take that Kalaya one we used before to pack into the crease. I'm going to take Mint, that one we've been using throughout this whole time, and I'm just going to start blending that shade Envy and Mint together. We're just kind of reversing what's on the top on the bottom. I like to go pretty heavy on the bottom eyeshadow, so that's what's happening there. I'm just going to take that same brush and we're going to dip the smallest bit into Keen, which is that yellow pigment, and we're going to blend the smallest bit of that in there, just so we are matching that top to the bottoms. Alright, we're just going to close that palette right now, and then I'm just going to add some Maybelline Gel Pot, which is really black, and I'm just going to put that in the waterline. I've also put out the top as well. Obviously no wing liner, lashes, and then you're going to see me applying the highlighter next. So I'll see you in a sec. Alright guys, makeup's all done. I'm feeling very bare though because we haven't done highlight, and that's all we're missing. And of course we have the two beautiful highlighters in this palette. We've got Saint and Sinner. So Sinner is the top one, which is more golden, and then Saint is the bottom, which is more pink and silver. We're going to take the Real Techniques setting brush, which is what I always use, and we're going to dip it in that. A lot of it comes off, which is beautiful. And we're going to start. Look at that. Wow. I mean, it's not very often you get an eyeshadow palette with a highlighter in it, but for it to be good, that's something else. And you can build it up to be really intense. Wow. You could definitely make this more subtle, but that's not my vibe. I'm more of a intense kind of glow. But you could definitely make this more subtle. So beautiful on the skin. I really like how it's looking, and it's not leaving that patch. Like, I don't think you can see on camera. If you can see a patch there, that wouldn't be nice, but from here you can't, so I'm pretty excited about that. For my Cupid's bow and like inner corner and that kind of thing, I was thinking of using Saint because I want to show you guys this one as well. So taking a little bit of that onto a Real Techniques accent brush, and we're going to go onto my nose. That's so beautiful. Really love that. Look how bright it is. I can see that on the camera. That's incredible. Bringing it down the bridge. So bright. Wow. In a corner. Just going to take the smallest bit of Saint and then pop it on my brow bone as well. Cute. Alright guys, that brings us to the end. I'm absolutely loving it. Everything is just looking so pretty, and the blend is just amazing as well. That's what I was really worried about, because sometimes with colors it is hard to blend. It's hard to blend into, it's hard to blend onto concealer as well. But yeah, wow, this palette performed absolutely beautifully. Am I surprised? No, because everyone has been saying this, and I'm not biased at all. If it was crap, I would let you know, but it isn't. It was amazing. Everything that I want in a palette, it's here, especially if I'm into brights, and I am right now. I'm so into brights, you have no idea. And it's just a bonus that we get that beautiful, amazing highlight as well. I just think that's so cool that you get a highlighter in an eyeshadow palette. That's awesome. I don't really know what else to say. It's just an amazing palette, amazing mirror. You've got your highlighters, you've got everything. This is definitely approved by myself. I'm definitely going to be using it, and don't worry, this isn't the last time I will be. You'll probably see this in future videos, and I'm probably going to talk about it all the time. But yes, it's definitely approved by me, and I would definitely recommend it. I think, you know, for a beginner even, just go out, get it. Amazing. Yes, the price is quite expensive, but you are paying for quality eyeshadows and highlights. So, I mean, amazing. It's 17 shades. That's pretty cool. I hope that you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, please give a thumbs up. Hopefully it helped you out if you were looking to buy this palette. Then I hope that it gave you some insight into it. Leave me a comment. I love getting back to you guys. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Alright guys, I'm back. The base is... Jason? Who the fuck's Jason? Yeah? Babe, you have my key, don't you? BJ! Honestly, why? Why is it that they call you, you answer, you call them back? Nah, no answer. BJ! You fucked. Why the fuck come to the thing and then not answer?